Hello everyone, this is Mehdi Teacher and this video is a complete guide to IELTS speaking. Without further ado, let's start. IELTS Speaking by Mehdi Teacher, that's me. Introduction. What is IELTS Speaking? The IELTS Speaking test is an interview-style exam designed to assess your spoken English skills. In 2025, the test remains face-to-face with an examiner and follows the same structure as in previous years. The speaking test is the same for both the general training and academic IELTS candidates. Length. The test lasts between 11 to 40 minutes. Parts. There are 3 parts in total. Part 1, Introduction and Interview, takes about 4 to 5 minutes. Part 2, Long Turn, this is your cue card part, takes about 3 to 4 minutes, including 1 minute preparation. Part 3, Discussion, takes about 4 to 5 minutes. Objective of the test. The examiner will assess your ability to communicate opinions and information on everyday topics. Speak at length on a given topic using appropriate language. Organize your ideas clearly. Use a range of grammar and vocabulary naturally. Pronounce words clearly and understandably. The aim is not to test your knowledge, but to check how well you can speak English. Let's go to the structure of the IELTS speaking test in details. Part 1. Introduction and Interview. It takes 4 to 5 minutes. And the task, the examiner asks you simple questions about familiar topics like your home, work, studies, hobbies, and daily life. Purpose: warm up and check your ability to communicate about everyday questions. Examples of Part 1. Where is your hometown? What do you like about your hometown? Is there anything you dislike about it? Part 2, Long Turn. The examiner gives you a cue card with a topic and some points to cover. You get 1 minute to prepare. Time 3 to 4 minutes. 1 minute to prepare plus 2 minutes to speak. Task. You are given a task card with a topic. You have 1 minute to prepare, and then you must speak for up to 2 minutes. The examiner will then ask 1 or 2 rounding off questions. Purpose: to assess your ability to speak at length and organize your speech. Examples of Part 2. Describe a person who has inspired you. You should say who this person is, how you know him or her, what qualities this person has, and explain how he or she has inspired you. Part 3, Discussion. As we mentioned earlier, time for this part is 4 to 5 minutes. The task is, the examiner will ask more complex questions related to the Part 2 topic, the cue card part. They are opinion-based and require deeper thinking. Purpose: to assess your ability to express and justify your opinions, analyze issues, and discuss abstract ideas. Examples of Part 3. In general, what type of people inspire others in your country? Do you think famous people have more influence on society than ordinary people? Why or why not? How can parents inspire their children? How to answer IELTS speaking questions. For Part 1, Introduction and Short Questions, you should answer like this. Goal. Give short but developed answers, 2 to 4 sentences, not too long. Steps to follow: listen carefully to the question. Give a direct answer. Yes, no, I do, I like, I prefer. Add a reason. Explain why. Give a small example or detail. For example, like when. When you are answering the questions, smile and speak naturally. Keep your tone friendly and relaxed. Let's look at an example. Example question: do you like your hometown? Good answer: yes, I really like my hometown because it's peaceful and clean. For example, there are many parks where people can relax, and the traffic is not too bad. Tips for part 1. Don't just say yes or no. Always add a reason. It means avoid short answers. Give a small example or detail. Just 1 or 2 sentences will suffice. Avoid memorizing answers. Sound natural and relaxed. Use everyday English. Simple words are better than complicated ones. Speak in full sentences, not just short phrases. Show positive energy. Smile and speak with interest. Use variety. Try not to start every answer the same way. Practice common topics like hobbies, work, hometown, weather. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on communicating clearly. Keep your answers short and natural. 2 to 4 sentences is ideal. For part 2, long turn. Talk for 1 to 2 minutes. Goal: speak without stopping for 1 to 2 minutes, covering all points on the task card. Steps to follow: start with the past background. How did you know about it? Give details. Describe using what, where, when, who. Share your feelings. Say why it was special or important. Mention the future. Will you do it again? Will it help you later? Let's look at an example. Describe a hobby you enjoy. I started this hobby about 2 years ago when I had more free time. I usually do it at home in the evenings and sometimes with my friends. I feel relaxed and happy when I do it because it helps me forget stress. In the future, I hope to get even better at it and maybe teach others. Tips for part 2. Use your 1 minute to write 3 or 4 keywords on the paper. Use connecting words such as firstly, also, for example, finally. Speak until the examiner stops you. Don't stop early. Part 3. Discussion questions. Goal: give extended answers with opinions and reasons. 4 to 6 sentences. Steps to follow: state your opinion with I think, in my opinion. Give a reason. This is because. Give an example. For instance. Give an alternative or opposite view. However, some people might say. Let's look at an example question. Do you think people read more or less nowadays? Good answer: I think people read less nowadays because they spend more time on phones and social media. For instance, many people watch videos instead of reading books. However, some people still enjoy reading, especially older generation who grew up without technology. Tips for part 3. Speak like you are having a conversation with ideas. Compare things. Past versus now, young versus old. Use higher level phrases. On the other hand, it depends, generally speaking. And the final advice for all parts. In IELTS speaking exam, try to be clear. Avoid very long and complicated sentences. Be natural. Don't memorize. Practice sounding real. Use linking words. Actually, also, besides, so, because, however. Show feelings. Use phrases like I feel, I enjoy, I believe, I think. And keep going, especially in part 2. Speak until you are told to stop. Now, let's have an example of IELTS speaking test between a candidate and an instructor. IELTS speaking full test sample. Part 1, introduction and interview, 4 to 5 minutes. This is between examiner and candidate. Good afternoon. My name is Ms. Tyler. What's your full name, please? Good afternoon. My name is Ali Reza. Can I see your identification, please? Sure, here you are. Thank you. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about where you live. Do you live in a house or an apartment? I live in an apartment. It's on the 3rd floor of a building in the city center. I like it because everything is close, like shops and transport. What do you like about your neighborhood? I really enjoy the park near my home. I often go there in the evenings to relax or walk. It's peaceful, even though I live in a busy city. Is there anything you would like to change about it? Yes, I would like to have more parking spaces. Sometimes it's difficult to find a place to park my car. And the examiner says, let's move on to free time activities. What do you usually do in your free time? In my free time, I like to read books and watch movies. Sometimes I also go jogging in the park. Have your hobbies changed since you were a child? Yes, definitely. As a child, I mostly played video games, but now I prefer activities like reading and exercising, which I find more beneficial. Part 2, long turn, 3 to 4 minutes. The examiner says, now I'm going to give you a topic. I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Here is your topic. Describe a hobby you enjoy. You should say what the hobby is, how long have you been doing it, what you like about it, and explain how it helps you. Student, the candidate, prepares for 1 minute. 1 minute preparation. This is the candidate's answer to Part 2 cue card. Well, the hobby I enjoy is jogging. I started jogging about 2 years ago when I realized I needed to be more active for my health. I usually go jogging in the park near my home early in the morning. What I really like about jogging is that it helps me feel fresh and energetic throughout the day. I can also listen to my favorite music while I jog, which makes it even more enjoyable. Jogging has really helped me to stay fit and manage stress. Whenever I feel tired or anxious, a short jog makes me feel much better. Overall, it is a simple but powerful activity that has improved my life. As you can see, The candidate answered all the points in the question. Okay? Let's go to the last part, to part 3. Part 3, discussion, 4 to 5 minutes. Examiner says, thank you. Now, let's move on to some questions about hobbies and free time. As you can see, the question in this part is related to part 2. Why do people need hobbies in their life? I think hobbies help people relax and forget about their daily stress. They also allow people to explore their interests and develop new skills, which is important for personal growth. Do you think hobbies should be educational? Not necessarily. Some people prefer hobbies that are just for fun, like playing games. But if a hobby can also teach you something like painting or learning a language, I think that's a great bonus. Are there any hobbies that are popular in your country? Yes, in my country, many people enjoy playing football and going hiking. Recently, more people have also started practicing yoga, which has become quite popular. How have people's hobbies changed over time? In the past, hobbies were more about outdoor activities or crafts. But now, with technology, many people spend their free time on their phones or computers, playing games or using social media. That is the end of the speaking test. Guys, I'm going to include the link to this PDF which we studied in the description section. Also, I'm going to include a link for a video you can watch and see an actual IELTS speaking test. This guide was different from other guides on YouTube. I hope it will be useful for you. Take care of yourself. See you in my next videos. Goodbye.